Hello and welcome in the practical JavaScript session. So in this delete issue series, in the last session we have understood that how we can create the delete button, and with each issue item, how this delete button will be displayed. Okay. Now from this particular session, we will be talking about two more user stories, and that is going to be like each li should have an id that has the issue position, and second is delete button should have access to the issue id. So now you might be thinking about that, what is the purpose of including this id with the issue list, okay, with the li item. So let me just show you this particular thing code wise, then you will be understanding. So let us understand this thing, that when I add this issue 1, okay, if I just click on add, now just inspect this. Now as you can see this particular thing, like we have this li item, and inside this li we have this button, right? Now what will be happening basically when you will click on the delete, what basically you want, this particular item should be removed from here, right? So somehow what you will be doing in this case, like if you can see this particular code over here, like when you will be having this issues, now when you will keep on adding the issues into this is going to be an array, so your starting position is going to be starting with the 0, right? Now with this particular understanding, if I can just provide one id over here with this list item, and this particular button, like every list item is going to have this li and button combination. So let me just show you this as well. If I'm adding issue 2, add this, now you can understanding you have two list items, okay, and inside each list you have button, you can see over here as I'm showing you here, right? So each li is going to have one button. So now what we can do with this, whenever you are rendering this list item and delete buttons, that time itself, if you can add one id over here in the list, then later on we can retrieve that particular id, and we can pass this particular information to delete, and delete button will be deleting the issues based on that particular id. Okay, so let us first understand that how you will be including the id in your li. Okay, so for this you can do one thing. When you are adding this li, right, text content you are adding, so before this particular thing itself you can say issue, let me just copy this will save my time. So this is issue li dot id, and what id you will be passing into this? Do you want to pass 1 2 3 like this? No, you will be passing this I. Okay, so you will have to pass this. That is what I was talking about. So basically your issues will be having the index position, and the same index position you are iterating over here as well. So this way when you will be adding this issue, then it will be creating the id in the li. So let us first save everything. Let us go back into your code, this particular part. Now refresh this and try to add one issue over here, issue 1. Now see this thing. Now let me now inspect this. Now you can see we have this id available, id is 0. It means you can also understand that in your array you have only one issue which is available on position 0. So this way we are going to having this id available inside the li. Okay, let us add one more issue so that you can clearly understand this. Add it. Now you can see you have on 0th index you have issue 1, on first index you have issue 2. Okay, so this way basically we will be requiring this. So this way our third requirement, that is each li should have an id that has the issue position, this would have been completed. Okay, now the next requirement is delete button should have access to the issue id. Now what basically I want to do, I want to click on this delete button, and that way it should have the access to this particular id. So how exactly this can be done, let me just show you this. Okay, so let us just write one particular code just after the this view method itself over here. So let me write this particular code, then I will be explaining it to you. Okay, so I just create this variable issues ul. Let us create this variable over here, and I'll say document dot query selector, and here I want to select the UL. Okay, I'll explain all these things to you. Basically, I have already written this particular code, so I'm not explaining the code part, but definitely you will be understanding about that, how exactly we need to write this code and what is the purpose. That I will be showing you little later, right? But let me just first write this particular code for you. So we have this issue UL, and once this issue UL is selected, I want to add the event listener on this. And what particular event I will be handling? I will be handling the click event. Now once the click event is added, now we have this function where we will be providing the event over here. And now with this, okay, 1 second, I need to have this curly bracket over here. Okay, now once this particular method is available, now see what I can do over here. Let me just write the console log over here, and then I will be explaining you. So say console.log and just say event triggered. Okay, now let us save everything. Now we have saved this particular code, and let us come over here, refresh this and open this console part to understand this. Okay, now just write issue 1 and issue 2. Now try to understand, guys, what I want to explain you over here. Okay, what will be happening? Basically, this list items are available inside the UL. Okay, this list item is available inside the UL. So what you will be doing, either you will be clicking on this delete, or you may click on this list item. Okay, so let us do one thing. Let me just click on this particular item. Now here you can see this event triggered is created. Now how this particular output has come over here? This output has come in this particular because of this particular code, right? What we are doing, we are just selecting the UL, and on that particular UL we are just calling this event listener. Okay, add event listener method, and when anybody will be clicking onto that particular UL, then this console output will be displayed. Now what is the role of this event, that I will be telling you little later, but try to understand over here. Now let us click onto the delete button. Now as you can see here, we have this count is incrementing, right? Let me just click onto the next li. Again you can see count has incremented. Now I want to click on to delete. Now count has incremented. Now if you click on anywhere else, okay, now you can see I am just clicking anywhere else here. Now this is not incrementing, right? This is not incrementing. If you will be clicking here, this section is basically the UL section. That's why you are getting this 5 output. But if you will try to click over here, then this time this is not incrementing. So as you have understood over here that whenever you will be clicking on this is going to increment. Now let me show you that what is the purpose of this event parameter that we have passed over here. Let us try one thing. Inside the console.log, let us just print one this particular thing, event dot target. Let me just print this, and let us see what will happen in this particular case. Okay, let me just refresh the page once again. Let us add issue 1, and this is the issue 2. Okay, now see what will happen. If you will click on this list item, now you can understand here this list item would have been clicked. How this particular code has come over here? Because you are using the target property of the event, right? Now click on to delete button. Now you can see this delete button would have been clicked. Click on this list item. Now you can see it is very well identified because of the ID over here. So you can see that this particular button would have been clicked. If you click on this delete button, Now delete is getting clicked. Okay, so this way, as you can understand, that we are able to perform this thing, and our delete button and which particular list item is getting clicked, that we are able to identify. Now from here we need to work on this requirement, that is delete button should have access to the issue ID. So basically what exactly I want into this particular session, when you will click onto the delete button, this delete button should access the 0th ID. When you are clicking onto the second delete button, it should access this particular ID. Okay, so how this can be done? This is very simple. See, try to understand this. If I just inspect this, and now here you will be understanding that we have this delete button, right? Where this delete button is available, it is available inside the li. Okay, so li is going to be the parent of your delete button. So here you can write one particular simple code, and that is going to be the parent node, and inside the parent node, what is the id that you want to access. So this much of code you will have to write. Now refresh this, add issue 1, okay, add this, issue 2, add this. Now what should be the output in this particular case? The expected output is, when I click onto the delete button 1, then it should display 0 over here. When I click on delete button 2, it should display 1 over here. Let me see. Yes, I'm getting the expected output, right? So this is what we basically wanted. Now once you have received this 0 and 1, now from here what basically you will be doing, you will be passing this particular information as a position into the delete method, and this way your delete should be working, right? So thank you very much for this particular session. In my next session I will try to complete this particular case study or this particular use case, and that way you will be able to finish this thing. Okay, so thank you very much. Just stay tuned and practice.